Hey everyone, this is Marissa and welcome back to my channel, The Budgeting Wife, where we talk about budgeting tips that will help you win with money. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through our 2019 annual budget, and I'm super excited to be sharing this with you guys. I think that it's so important to not only budget monthly, but to also budget annually, looking at your overall financial goals for the year, and then you have a greater look at how your finances are going to work out for 12 months rather than just 1 month at a time. So it makes you think about the long term and the end goal. So I also wanted to let you know that the budget template that I'm using is actually one that you can get off of my Etsy shop for $5. So I will go ahead and leave a link to my Etsy shop down below so you can pick up this Excel template as an instant download if you would be interested in doing so. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. And with that, let's take a look at our 2019 annual budget. So here in Excel, we have our first section here, which is the income section. And so I have Jacob's income and my income blocked out, and I always do that in all of our budget report videos just for privacy, but I always do show you our side hustle income. So I want to show you that with my business of how much I plan to bring in with my business for the year. So for the month of January, as you can see, it's blank, and that is because I'm basically reinvesting the money that I'm making from my business back into the business at this point in time. I do need to get a new computer. So for December and January, I am working on just saving all the money that I'm earning to purchase a new computer. So that is why I'm not going to be taking in any income for January. But for February and on, I do plan to make income to bring in income from my business. So overall for the year, I'm looking at bringing in about $15,500, and I think that I'm like for sure going to hit that. Right now I've been averaging around, I'm very close to averaging around $1,000 per month in income from my business. So I think that this is super doable as I am continuing to hopefully be growing with my business. So as a total, as you can see, we have different amounts from starting in January and then that going up into December. So then to take a look at all of our expenses. Giving, I know that I, in my budget report videos, have that all blocked out of how much we give to each organization. But Jacob and I, we are Christians and we believe in giving to our church and other organizations, and we give 1/10 of our income. So as you can see, that's the formula that I have populated in here of how much we'll be giving every single month. And I'm really hoping that we can stick to that. So for rent and mortgage, this is where things kind of get exciting. So our rent is going to be staying the same. We renewed our lease in November of 2018. So we are going to be paying $14.55 a month for rent from January through October. But our hope is that once it gets to November, we will be able to buy a house. And so I know that a mortgage for a house is going to cost us more than rent for our apartment. So I am estimating how much we look to be spending on a monthly mortgage. So that is where that number goes up for November and December. Next we have utilities, which for our apartment is around $70 a month. So I just have that in for the whole time we're in our apartment. Once we move into a house, I have it $200. I'm honestly not sure exactly how much that's going to be, and it's so far down the road that I'm not that concerned about it. Electric, right now for winter months, we average around $60, but during summer it gets down to about $40. So I made that, change in the electric row. For internet, it's always a standard $40 a month for us for internet, which is great. And then our phones is always $108. Car insurance, we right now are paying $145 a month for car insurance, but that will be, and that also includes our renter's insurance, but that will be going up soon as we are working on selling Jacob's truck and getting a new car. And so I know that with a newer vehicle, we are going to probably have more to pay in car insurance. So I know that that number is going to go up. And then as I said, that is linked in with our renter's insurance. And so when we do own a home, I know that our homeowner's insurance is going to be more than renters. So I do have that going up in November and December. Groceries, $250 is what we spend right now, but I think that we can get it up to $300 soon. Just allowing ourselves to be able to buy maybe like healthier alternative foods, and I know that can be a little more expensive, but giving ourselves the permission to spend is great for this. Eating out, we normally spend $50 a month right now on eating out. I would like to see that go up to $75, as I just think that it's important for Jacob and I to be continuing to invest in our marriage and being able to do things like going out to eat now that we are debt-free and have worked on these financial goals. I'd also recently shared in a video that Jacob and I both got promotions on the same day, which is so exciting. So we are budgeting with our new income for the year of 2019. So with that, I also think that it is probably justifiable that we can increase our eating out budget by $25. Gas, we currently spend $200. I think we'll stay around $200. It may even be less now that Jacob is getting rid of the truck. It does only get like 13 miles to the gallon, so we're instead going to be buying a Corolla, and that's going to get a lot better gas mileage, so we'll probably be spending less there. Miscellaneous, $200, and I always just have that as $200, and that includes things for our household, which I do have broken out in our individual month budget reports, but we spend about $200 in miscellaneous things, including fun, household, and standard miscellaneous. So we have that in there, and then my Roth IRA, we put $200 a month into my Roth IRA, so I have that going on right now, and then once we have a house, I plan to start putting $500 into it, so we'll see how that goes. And now savings, and this is where we are working on all of our financial goals so you guys are able to see what our goals are for 2019 with our finances. I will be doing a separate video on our 2019 goals in general, so our money goals and personal goals, all those sorts of things. But as you guys can see here, and when I do my monthly budget report updates, this is always where we are working on our goals. So for myself, I plan to still get $75 a month of personal spending money, and Jacob gets $100. And this is only because when we got our promotions, Jacob was like, I'd really like an increase in my personal spending money. I'd really like to have $100. And for him to have an extra $25 is totally fine. I personally don't need that much spending money. I would rather have more money go to like eating out or vacations, more like experience kind of things, rather than just like saving up money so I can buy myself a new sweater or something. So Jacob will be getting $100. Vacation, we are planning to save $200 a month for vacation. We have a couple things in the works as we're looking towards 2019. It looks like we are probably going to be going to Hawaii again in May, and I'm excited about that, so we're saving up a little bit for that. And then next I have Christmas at just $20 a month, and I know this is silly that it's even just like this small of $20, and this technically, if it's this small, this technically isn't something that you need to have a sinking fund for, but it just is nice to have money set aside, and so then in December, you know, I won't have to worry about it. And you guys will see this in my December budget report, but we use our credit card rewards to fund our Christmas fund, plus we save a little bit of additional money from about August through December to add to our Christmas fund. So I just thought that we would just do it for the entire year to make it easy. And then $50 a month for car maintenance. Now this isn't something that we have budgeted for in our prior budget, but the month of December, you will also see, was a little rough for car maintenance. And as we are planning to get newer cars, we know that we need to be investing into them and taking care of things when they come up. We have definitely not done that with my 98 Camry because it's kind of been like, it is what it is, but I know that we do need to take better care of our cars. So I'm allowing us $50 a month to save in a car maintenance fund. Then we have a house maintenance fund, and I plan to do this obviously when we have a house, and I've set aside $300 a month in house maintenance, and that is where we will be saving for anything that we need to work on for our house. And then this is something that we will continue on into 2020, hopefully as we have a house, to just be setting money aside so that when the water heater breaks or you have to do some sort of other large expense for the house, it is an easy thing to just be able to fix. Then have a car fund, and we have a car fund because, as I said, we're selling Jacob's car right now, but we will also need to be selling mine soon, and we want to be able to get something maybe a little bit nicer. So we are just going to be saving a little bit more towards our car fund. We've been saving for it in 2018 and we have $3,000 sitting there, and then obviously we'll have the profit of when we sell my car, but we do want to have some additional money in there to get something that is just a little bit nicer than what I've been currently driving. And then we have our house fund, which is our goal for 2019, is to save for a down payment on a house, be fully funded with our house fund. So that is just where the extra is going every single month. And as I'm looking at this, I see that I have money set aside here in November and December. So that, oh, actually, that is going to be going towards paying off the house early. And so even though that's not going to be a sinking fund, I want to work on paying off the house early. So we'll be working on saving for retirement here with our Roth IRA and our 401ks at our employers, but I also want to be working on paying off that house as soon as possible. So once we have a house, we're going to work on paying it off. So that's what that money is for November and December. And here we plan therefore to put about $24,000 to our house this year. So I am very excited about 2019. I am really hoping that this is the year that Jacob and I can get a house, finish all of our savings goals for saving for a down payment, and be able to move into a house. That is like been our goal for the last few years, and we are very excited to be there. But I am thrilled about 2019, and it's exciting to sit down and plan the year as an entire year for our budget and be able to look at the goals that we have for our finances this year and how that is going to come into fruition in our budget every single month. So this template and everything with planning for the whole year is not something that is like set in stone. Like, I'm not planning right now for December 2019, but rather just something that I can gauge my year on and be able to see if we can reach our financial goals or how we're going to be able to do that. So there are a lot of things that are going to change between now and even probably February and March. But this is just the guide and the things that we are working towards. And so I'm always going to be using this as a reference when I do our monthly budget, but also knowing that a lot of things can change between now and when I am making that new monthly budget. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget that you can pick up this Excel template download so that you can plan your budget an entire year at a time. You pick it up on my Etsy shop. I will have the link in the description box below. Let me know how your annual budget planning is going, or if that's something that you do. I have actually never done this until right now, and I am really excited about it. I've honestly also done this for 2020 already because I am that much of a planner. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And with that, I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye guys.